It's a quiet April evening, the kind where the world feels still, and you're sitting at home, maybe sipping a cup of tea, thinking about the bills piling up or that little trip you've been dreaming of. Suddenly, the phone buzzes, breaking news flashes across the screen, urgent and electric, like a siren cutting through the silence. Major changes to your Canada pension plan and old age security payments are hitting this month. The headline screams. Your heart skips a beat. Could this be real? Is this the moment everything shifts? You lean in closer, because what's coming next isn't just news, it's a lifeline, a game changer, a pulse-pounding revelation that could put more money in your pocket right when you need it most. Welcome to April 2025, folks, where the government's latest moves on CPP and OAS are about to shake things up for seniors across Canada. This isn't some distant promise or a vague rumor whispered in the wind. No, this is happening now, and it's big. Stick with me, because I'm about to walk you through every thrilling detail: who qualifies, how much cash you could see, and what these updates mean for you. But here's the kicker: there's a twist waiting around the corner, something you won't see coming. Ready? Let's dive in. Imagine you're 65 or older, a Canadian senior who's worked hard, paid your dues, and now you're counting on those monthly checks to keep life steady. Maybe you've been wondering if the Canada Pension Plan CPP or Old Age Security OAS will stretch far enough to cover rising costs. Groceries aren't cheap anymore, rent keeps climbing, and don't even get me started on heating bills in those chilly Canadian winters. You're not alone in feeling that pinch. That's why this April alert is hitting like a thunderclap, because the government's rolling out changes that could mean more money in your hands, and it's starting this month. But who gets it? Who's in the club? Let's break it down step by step, like we're cracking open a treasure chest together. First up, CPP. This is the pension you've earned through years of work, those long shifts, early mornings, and late nights. If you've contributed to CPP at any point, whether you were flipping burgers, teaching kids, or building houses, you're in the game. The catch? You need to be at least 60 to start collecting, though most folks wait until 65. And here's where it gets juicy: the amount you get depends on how much you put in and when you decide to cash out. For 2025, the maximum monthly CPP payment for someone starting at 65 is a cool $1,433. That's right, over $1,400 a month if you maxed out your contributions. But don't worry if you didn't hit the top tier, the average payment is still a solid $808.14. That's real money, money you can feel, money that could buy you a little breathing room. Now, let's talk OAS, Old Age Security. This one's different, and it's got a special kind of magic. Unlike CPP, you don't need to have worked a single day to get it. It's a gift from the government to every senior who meets the rules, a thank you for being part of this country. So, who qualifies? You need to be 65 or older, simple enough. You also need to be a Canadian citizen or legal resident when you apply, and here's the big one: you've got to have lived in Canada for at least 10 years after turning 18. If you've been here 40 years or more, you're golden for the full amount. Less than that, you'll get a piece of it, scaled to how long you've called Canada home. For April 2025, the maximum OAS payment is $727.67 if you're 65 to 74, and if you're 75 or older, it jumps to $800.44. That extra boost for the 75-plus crowd. That's been locked in since 2022, a little nod to the fact that costs pile up as the years go on. But hold on, there's a whisper in the air, a hint of something more. What if I told you there's another layer to this, a secret bonus that could pad your wallet even further? Keep your eyes peeled, because we're not done yet. Maybe picturing that $727 or $800 hitting your bank account every month. That's not just numbers on a screen, that's groceries for the week, a tank of gas, maybe even a dinner out with the grandkids. But here's where the suspense creeps in: not everyone gets the full amount, and there's a reason why. For OAS, if your income's too high, say, over $93,454 in 2025, you'll start losing some of it to what they call the clawback. It's like a shadow lurking in the background, ready to snatch a piece of your prize. For every dollar you earn above that threshold, they take back 15 cents of your OAS, and if you're raking in over $151,668 or $157,490 if you're 75 plus, it's gone completely. Brutal, right? But don't let that scare you off. Most seniors don't hit those levels, and if you're living on a modest income, you're safe. CPP's different, it's yours, no clawback, no tricks, just what you earned. But the question lingers, how do these changes tie into April? What's the government up to? We're getting there, and trust me, it's worth the wait. GIS, because this is where the plot thickens. If you're a low-income senior getting OAS, GIS is like a hidden gem, a boost that could change everything. Who qualifies? You need to be 65 or older, already getting OAS, and your income has to be below a certain line, $22,056 if you're single, or higher if you've got a spouse. For January to March 2025, the maximum GIS is $1,086.88 a month for a single person. Add that to your OAS, and you're looking at over $1,800 a month, money that could lift you out of that constant worry about making ends meet. The government adjusts GIS every quarter to keep up with inflation, and while it didn't budge for April 2025, it's still up 2% from last year. That's a quiet victory, a little extra padding against the rising cost of living. But here's the twist, there's talk, swirling rumors on the wind about a one-time bonus payment coming this spring. Could it be true? Is there a double dip in store? Hang tight, because we're about to peel back the curtain. So, here we are, April 2025, standing at the edge of something big. CPP's up, OAS is solid, GIS is a lifeline, and maybe, just maybe, a bonus is coming. You've got the tools now, check your accounts, apply on time, weigh your options. But the story's not over. Inflation's a beast, and the government's moves are unpredictable. What happens in July? What's the next twist? You don't want to miss it, because this is your money, your life, your future. Hit that subscribe button right now, don't wait. This channel's your front row seat to every update, every change, every dollar that could come your way. We're in this together, and I'm not letting you miss a beat. April's just the start, let's see where this ride takes us. Good, because we're about to dive deeper into what these changes mean for you, and I've got some surprises up my sleeve that'll make your jaw drop. Think about it, you've got CPP, OAS, and maybe GIS in your corner, but how do you make sense of it all? How do you know you're not leaving money on the table? That's where I come in. I'm your guide through this financial jungle, and I'm not stopping until you've got every piece of this puzzle in your hands. Let's rewind a bit and really sink our teeth into who qualifies, because this is where the rubber meets the road. CPP's straightforward, you worked, you paid in, you get out. Even one contribution counts, whether it was a summer job at 19 or a 40-year career. The longer you worked and the more you earned, the bigger your slice. But here's the kicker, if you're under 65, you can still grab it at 60, though it'll shrink a bit